The gavel falls in a courtroom you never see. The trial has been in session since the moment you could choose between right and wrong, and it will continue until your final breath. You are the defendant, but you are also the witness, the evidence, and ultimately the judge. This is the invisible tribunal that Epictetus discovered during his years as a slave in Rome. The understanding that every human life is one continuous trial, where character, not circumstance, determines the verdict. The proceedings never recess. Every choice you make is testimony. Every action is evidence presented to a jury of one, the person you are becoming. When you choose courage over comfort in a moment when nobody will ever know, you are speaking in your own defense. When you choose convenience over principle because the system will never catch you, you are building the case against yourself. The courtroom operates in perfect silence, but the judgment echoes through everything you touch. Epictetus learned this truth in the harshest classroom imaginable. As property of another human being, his external circumstances screamed that he was powerless, worthless, without agency or dignity. Yet in that impossible position, he discovered that one courtroom remained entirely under his jurisdiction, the tribunal of his own character. Every day, whether his master was cruel or kind, whether his duties were degrading or bearable, Epictetus faced the same choice that appears before every human being. What testimony will I give about who I am? The first principle of this hidden trial is that your character testifies constantly, whether you are conscious of it or not. The way you treat the server when your friends are not watching is testimony about your respect for human dignity. The promise you keep when breaking it would be easier and undetectable is evidence of your relationship with truth. The patience you show when frustrated and alone speaks to your mastery over impulse. These are not small moments. They are the building blocks of the case you are making about who you actually are versus who you claim to be. The second principle is that you cannot manipulate the evidence. Unlike external trials, where skilled lawyers can reframe facts and create reasonable doubt, the tribunal of character operates on pure truth. Your motivations are visible, your intentions are recorded, your compromises are documented. The person you are when stripped of audience, pressure, and external validation becomes the central exhibit in your own moral trial. Epictetus taught that this transparency is not punishment, it is liberation. When you accept that your character is always on display to the one witness who matters most, you stop living in fear of exposure and start living in pursuit of genuine virtue. The third principle is that the verdict shapes your future testimony. Every choice creates precedent for the next choice. When you act with integrity in private, you establish a pattern of evidence that makes integrity easier next time. When you cut corners because nobody is watching, you create jurisprudence that makes future compromises feel justified. The trial is cumulative. Each decision builds on the last, creating a body of evidence that either supports or undermines your claim to be a person of character. The person who lies to their spouse will find it easier to lie to their business partner. The leader who breaks promises to their family will eventually break promises to their organization. The corruption spreads from the private chambers, where you think it does not matter, to the public stages, where it destroys everything you have built. The fourth principle is that external validation cannot overturn the internal verdict. You can win every public trial and still lose the one that matters. You can receive applause for performances that you know were hollow. You can be celebrated for achievements built on hidden compromises. But the tribunal of character is not impressed by external accolades. It weighs only the evidence of your actual choices, your real motivations, your authentic responses when all performance pressure is removed. This is why Epictetus could be free while physically enslaved, and why powerful people can be imprisoned by their own moral choices. The verdict of character cannot be appealed to any external authority because it is rendered by the deepest part of who you are. The fifth principle is that understanding this trial changes how you approach every decision. When you realize that your character is always testifying, you begin to choose differently. Not because someone might find out, but because you know that every choice is shaping the person you are becoming. The executive who maintains ethical standards when nobody is auditing is building a case for trustworthiness that will serve them when the pressure increases. The parent who keeps their patience when children are testing limits in private is developing evidence of emotional maturity that will strengthen their authority when it matters most. The friend who honors confidences, even when sharing them would make for interesting conversation, is establishing a pattern of loyalty that creates unshakable relationships. This is not about perfection. It is about consistency between your private choices and your public values. When those align, you develop what the Stoics called an unassailable confidence. You do not fear investigation because your private and public evidence match. You do not worry about exposure because there is nothing hidden that contradicts what you claim to be. You do not require external validation because you have already proven your worth to the witness whose opinion carries the most weight, yourself. The trial never ends, but neither does your opportunity to present new evidence. Every moment offers a chance to strengthen your case. Every private decision is an opportunity to demonstrate that your character is not dependent on circumstances, witnesses, or external pressure. Every hidden choice is proof that your values are genuine, not performed. The gavel will fall one final time when your life concludes, but the verdict is being written every day in the choices you make when nobody else is keeping score. Epictetus understood that this is not a burden. It is the foundation of true freedom. When you know that your character belongs entirely to you, when you understand that only your choices can corrupt or strengthen it, when you accept that the most important trial is the one happening in the invisible courtroom of your conscience, then you possess something that external circumstances can never touch. The silent verdict echoes through everything you do. It shapes how you sleep at night, how you look at yourself in the mirror, how you respond when pressure reveals what you are really made of. That verdict is not handed down by judges in robes. It emerges from the accumulated evidence of who you choose to be when choosing costs you something, and nobody will ever know what you chose. If this moved you, comment "The Citadel holds below." It is our sign that you carry the philosophy with you. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.